Welcome to this session. I am Ajay Kumar, English teacher at Government High School, Boparai, Kalan, Block Nakoda 2, District Jalandhar, Punjab. I hope you all are doing well. Let's watch a video. Oh, there was no sound. Let's watch it again.
Look over there.
What's he doing?
He's dancing.
Oh, now he's jumping.
Wow, great. What's she doing?
She's jogging.
Really? Yes.
Did you notice anything? Yes, the characters in the first video did not speak. It was a mime. But the characters in the second video spoke. They spoke dialogues. So we can say that whenever we are with someone, we must speak. Otherwise, the situation gets boring and awkward. And when we speak, actually, we speak dialogues. Yes, dialogues. Do you know what is a dialogue? Let's find out today. A dialogue is a verbal conversation between two or more people. What does it mean? It means when people talk to each other, they speak dialogues. Dialogues show real speech. They show actual words of the character. It's a two-way process. It's like a tennis match. One player hits the ball and sends it to the other side of the net. In the same way, the second player hits back the ball and returns it to the first player. If any of them doesn't hit the ball, the game won't be possible or the match will become boring. So, all the characters must be active while speaking dialogues. Now we will see what is the importance of dialogues. Dialogues make the characters lively. Dialogues show what characters think or feel. And the story gets interesting and real with dialogues. How? Let's watch a story. How are you?
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Ha ha ha.
Let's go. Good afternoon. How are you?
Not good. Thank you. Are you okay? Ha ha ha. I'm great.
Let's go. Are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm not happy.
Oh no.
Good evening, everyone.
Who are you?
Oh no!
It's a lion.
Wow, you're a great lion.
Thank you.
So, you must have noticed in the story that characters are lively and interesting. Why so? Because the characters speak dialogues, they express their feelings. Do you know there are dialogue writers? Yes, there are dialogue writers. They write dialogues. Similarly, in our exam, we have to write dialogues. How do we write dialogues? Let's study. First of all, let's study what are the requirements of a good dialogue writing. The first and the foremost is grammar. The grammar of your dialogues should be correct. You need to take care of certain grammatical rules. The first one is tense. You know, tense means time of the action. The tense of your dialogue should be the same as of the tense of someone else's dialogue. For example, if someone asks you in the past tense, did you go to the school? So your reply should be in the past only. But you reply in future tense. I will go to the school. Now, this will create miscommunication. Your reply must have been in the past tense only. So, the correct reply here is yes, I went to the school, or no, I did not go to the school. Second, your dialogues should be short. Always try to use simple sentences because long sentences become complex. For example, your friend asks you, are you free now? And your reply is, I have pending work, and when I complete my work, I will be free and I will. Instead of this long dialogue, a simple and short reply can be, yes, I am free, or No, I'm not free. The second requirement is punctuation. While writing dialogues, you have to take care of some punctuation marks. The first one is quotes or quotation marks. Use quotation marks at the start and at the end of a dialogue. Here you can see the quotation marks in yellow color. Then comes the next punctuation mark. It is full stop. When you write a dialogue, use a full stop at the end of a sentence, but always write it inside the quotation marks. In the example, you can see the full stop in yellow color. The third important punctuation mark is question mark. It can be part of the dialogue. If it is part of the dialogue, write it inside the quotation marks. Otherwise, write it outside the quotation marks. As you can see in the first example, that is, what is the time now? The question mark is part of the dialogue and it has been written inside the quotation marks. But in the second example, that is, do you think he spoke the truth when he said, I'm not at home? The question mark is not a part of his dialogue and it has been placed outside the quotation marks. Next is capitalization. A dialogue, even it is in the middle of a sentence, always starts with a capital letter word. The third requirement of a good dialogue writing is indenting. It means you must change the paragraph with every new dialogue. The example is given here. There are some more things to remember while writing dialogues. You must understand the given situation. Try to imagine the situation. The relationship between the characters must be clear in your mind. Then, the language of the dialogue should be simple. Try to use simple words. Dialogues should be precise, so you should avoid long dialogues. Then, use only relevant dialogues. You must avoid irrelevant content. And you can use contractions like don't, didn't, doesn't to make your dialogues natural. Now we will see what are the types of dialogue writing. There can be three types of dialogue writing. First is formal dialogues. You use formal dialogues in a formal situation. You use formal dialogues with officials. For example, when you talk to your school principal. The second type is informal dialogues. When you talk to your friends, you use informal dialogues. The third one is semi-formal. When you talk to your parents or relatives, you can use semi-formal dialogues. Now you are a dialogue writer. You have to write dialogues in your exam. There can be two kinds of question. The first can be write dialogues about a given situation, or it can be complete some given incomplete dialogues. Let's discuss the first, that is, write dialogues about a given situation. In your exam, a situation will be given. You have to understand the situation. You have to imagine the situation. You need to keep in mind all the rules of dialogue writing. Then you have to write appropriate dialogues for the given situation. For example, you have been given a formal situation. The situation is Rohan goes to his teacher to get his notebook checked. Write some dialogues for Rohan and the teacher. Now you have to understand and imagine the situation well. Think for a while. Now let's try to write the dialogues. Teacher: Rohan, come and show me your notebook. Rohan: Yes, teacher. Please check it. Teacher: Who did this work? Rohan: Ma'am, I did it. Teacher: Your writing is not good, Rohan. Rohan: Sorry, ma'am. Teacher: Improve your writing, Rohan. Rohan: I'll improve, ma'am. Teacher: Now go to your seat. Rohan: Thank you, ma'am. Let's have another example. There is a conversation between a teacher and a student. The student is late for the school, and the teacher asks him, why is he late?
May I come in? Sir? Yes, come in. Why are you late today? I am sorry, sir. I have now come from hospital. Why? Is anybody sick? My grandfather suddenly felt severe pain in his chest, and my father is not at home. So, I rushed to the hospital with him. How is he now? He is fine now. The doctor suggested him to take rest. I wish his quick recovery. Thank you, sir. Can I go to my seat? Yes, you can.
This is how you can attempt the given situation. You have to understand the situation. You have to imagine the situation. You have to understand the relationship between the characters given. Only then you will be able to write appropriate dialogues for the given situation. So, if you have all the rules and regulations in your mind, you can write appropriate dialogues. Now I move to the second kind of question in the exam. You may be given some incomplete dialogues, and you have to complete those incomplete dialogues. The rules are the same. You have to understand the situation. You have to imagine the situation. Then you have to understand the relationship between the given characters. Then you have to understand the given incomplete dialogues. Only then you will be able to complete those incomplete dialogue. So, this is our second question. For example, there are two friends, Anil and Rajat. Anil calls Rajat to make a plan for Sunday. Try to complete the given incomplete dialogues and The dialogues are: Anil. Hello Rajat. Blank. This Sunday? Rajat. Hello Anil. I don't have any special plan. Anil. Do you like the idea? Blank. The zoo? Rajat. That sounds good, but I blank. My parents' permission. Anil. I will come to blank this evening. I request your parents to allow you to join me. Rajat. That's great. I'll wait, bro. Now, my dear dialogue writers, your work starts again. You have to work on the same pattern. You have to understand the situation, you have to imagine the situation, and you have to keep in mind all the rules and regulations. So, now try to imagine the situation. The situation is that Anil and Rajat are friends. Anil is making a plan for the upcoming Sunday. Now he has an idea. The idea we get from the given hints. And it is that Anil wants to go to the zoo. Now what does he do? He calls Rajat. He tells Rajat the idea. Rajat likes the idea. But Rajat has a hurdle. He has to ask his parents' permission. Now what happens? Now his friend Anil favors him. Anil says that he will come to Rajat's house. He will request Rajat's parents for permission to go to the zoo. Now what happens? Rajat becomes happy. So now we have understood the situation well. Let's try to complete the incomplete dialogues. Anil. Hello Rajat. What are you doing this Sunday? Rajat. Hello Anil. I don't have any special plan. Anil. Do you like the idea to go to the zoo? Rajat. That sounds good, but I have to seek my parents' permission. Anil. I will come to your house this evening. I will request your parents to allow you to join me. Rajat. That's great. I'll wait, bro. Let me show you the last example of a dialogue between friends.
Welcome to my house.
And you have a nice garden. Flowers and trees are so beautiful.
Thank you. My family planted them in last spring. Let's go inside.
Oh, this is the living room.
Yes, my family usually watch TV and talk in here.
What about your room? Where is it?
Here, come in.
Oh, it looks so much neater than I thought.
So, I guess you sleep and study here.
That's right. Why don't you take a look around? My mom made some cupcakes. Let's go to the kitchen.
Yay! Hooray!
So, a dialogue is a verbal conversation between two or more than two people. And in your exam, you have to attempt a question on dialogue writing. You have to take care of the grammar of your dialogues. the grammar should be correct. You have to take care of certain punctuation marks. You have to use simple language. You have to use simple sentences. Your dialogues should be natural. So let's recapitulate what we have learned today. What is a dialogue? A conversation between two or more than two people, or a talk with self. Yes, a dialogue is a conversation between two or more than two people. Do we change paragraph with every new dialogue? Yes or no? Yes, we change paragraph with every new dialogue we write. What is formal dialogue writing? A dialogue with friends, dialogue with officials, or dialogue with parents? Yes, formal dialogue writing is dialogue with officials. With whom do you use informal dialogues? You use with parents or with friends? Yes, you use informal dialogues with your friends. And the last is, why do we use contractions? We use contractions to make dialogues artificial, or we use them to make dialogues natural. Yes, we use contractions to make our dialogues natural. Thank you for your kind attention. I hope you will retain what we have learnt today. Keep learning. Thank you.